Welcome to the Kemerovo region, or Kuzbass, one of Siberia's most unusual territories. Hundreds of rock paintings in Tomskaya Pisanica, the largest museum reserve beyond the Urals. Mountain peaks of Gornaya Shoria, cascades of waterfalls with crystal water in summer, skiing in winter. One of the pearls of the region is the Sheregesh ski resort, to which fans of prepared slopes and untouched snowfields have taken quite a fancy. This is the Grelka Fest, popular spring festival of sunbathing and skiing. The highlight of the festival is mass descent from the Green Mountain in swimsuits, which has already made it into the Guinness World Records. And, not very well heard, deposits of mineral and carbon dioxide waters and therapeutic muds, accordingly wellness procedures. All of this is a new economy. From a completely new, the most modern construction, new residential neighborhoods are growing, parks and squares are being landscaped, and new highways are being led. For example, this northern bypass of Kemerovo will also to detour numerous trucks and thereby unload the center. We've just landed at the Kemerovo International Airport, named after Alexei Leonov, the first man on Earth to carry out a spacewalk. But here's a new dilemma. Now that we have decided that it's going to be in Kemerovo, that we announce the names of 2023 laureates for the Global Energy Prize, the question is, where exactly do we stage it? The question is that in this new Kemerovo, there are too many newly built art centers. So where do we stage the ceremony? Well then, let's have a look. Let's say that the branches of the State Russian Museum and the Mariinsky Theatre are still under construction, but there are already well-equipped branches of the Central Music School and the Moscow Academy of Choreography. But there's also a completely new facility, the stunning Siberian campus of the Russian State Institute of Performing Arts. There's literally everything for comprehending the mastery of directing and scenography, for video filming, sound processing and graphic design, choreographic and musical numbers. Here you can become an illuminator, a pop or drama artist, immerse yourself in the world of puppet theater and apply your new knowledge. Only props will be fake, wigs, makeup and decorations. But the real technical equipment is the latest technology. In the meantime, I'm talking about the fact that from the point of view of the traditional big economy, the main thing in the local subsoil is, of course, the deposits of that black gold, which is coal. This is the Chernigovets open-pit coal mine, the reserves of which are supposed to last for another 30 years. As far as the whole of Russia is concerned, it's about 400-500 years, which makes you think about the ecology for the future. As far as the present is concerned, half of Russian exports go from here to the world market, which allows Russia to be in the top 3 coal-producing countries of this planet. And of course, Kuzbass is also a region of the metal and chemical industry where coal and coke are actively used for smelting copper, lead and nickel, for producing sodium sulfide, zinc white, carbon dioxide and dry ice, for roasting limestone and much more. With all this array of industries, environment improves. All of this has been achieved due to scientific progress, among other things. The concept of clean coal has for a long time been promoted in Kuzbass and from here in the whole world by academician Zinfer Ismagilov. He became a Global Energy Prize laureate in 2021 and was awarded in Moscow by Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak. In July this year, scientists from different countries came to Kemerovo for the annual scientific symposium, the permanent organizer of which for the last 12 years has been Zinfer Ismagilov. Unfortunately, he himself recently passed away, but this symposium lives on. This time, two more Global Energy Prize laureates took part in it, academicians Alexeyenko and Kontorovich, as well as foreign members of the International Award Committee, Dr. Chung from South Korea and Dr. Byun from Singapore. And to complete the picture, regional sports space, which became considerably better over the past few years, has become a place for nationwide and international competitions. For example, more than 10,000 athletes from Russia and 30 Asian countries have taken part in the Children of Asia Games that have more than 2 decades of history. For many children, the Games offered an international springboard into top-class sports. The Kuzbass Arena is a unique sports complex where anyone can train and hold competitions in 24 sports, including 23 Olympic ones. Now, this figure, 23, is indeed very important for us because it is here in Kuzbass that we will announce the names of our laureates, our winners, for 2023. This year's Jubilee nomination cycle of the prize, celebrating its 20th anniversary, has seen the broadest geographical involvement in the award's history. The long list included 90 scientists from 48 countries, Asia from China to the Philippines, the Middle East from Qatar to Lebanon, Africa from Morocco to Ethiopia, Europe from Switzerland to Serbia, and in both Americas from the USA to Argentina. These are international journalists who here in Kuzbass visited the open-air museum. Throughout the whole year and during the ceremony, we are good friends with international media, in particular with our good friends from BRICS Television. So the shortlist includes 15 people who represent various countries. Due to what it was possible to expand the geography in the world where it would seem many, on the contrary, are now moving away from each other. 2 international conferences that the association held in the new regional to global format in Africa and Latin America had become a major catalyst. Those events focused on the world energy agenda and availability of energy sources for local consumers. 2 dozens of world-class experts in the field of energy, chaired by Dr. Chung, our Nobel laureates, are the independent International Award Committee of the prize. Recently, they met in a hybrid format. Some of them in Kemerovo, the others joined in online and discussed the short list of 15 nominees. Have you already guessed where the decision will be announced? Yes, in the new Recipa complex. Добрый день еще раз.
So hello again, dear friends. We're glad to be back in Kuzbass, a region very dear to our hearts and a true pillar of traditional coal energy. Governor Tsivilyov, thank you, as always, for the warm welcome. And of course, it's a great honor for us to be able to organize the Zero event in the brand new building of the Kemerovo branch of the Russian State Institute of Performing Arts. We can only rejoice for the students who are to embark on their studies on September the 1st here. A truly modern college, technically well-equipped and inspiring for creativity. Governor Tsivilyov, as far as I know, there are only 4 centres like this one currently being built in Russia. How did you manage to lure such a project to Kuzbass? What will it be like? Well, of course, the president made a decision to construct 4 complexes like this one. I think that Kuzbass miners, steel workers and citizens of Kuzbass, transport workers, all hard-working people, they deserve so that this city has ballet theatres, music theatres, and so that we have institutes who would train those artists who would be stars of the scene. But if you look back in history, we know that in 1948 in Kemerovo, we planned to build opera and ballet theatre. That's why we are fulfilling a dream of our grandfathers and grandmothers. Thank you, Governor Tsivilyov. Dr. Chung, addressing you as the chairman of the International Committee, I can't help but note that we have 2 past Global Energy Prize laureates as honorary guests today, Russian academics Sergei Alexeyenko and Alexei Kontorovich. And of course, we all remember academic Zinfer Ismagilov, who has unfortunately passed away. They all represent the Siberian branch of the Russian Academy of Science. Let's please give them a round of applause. Dr. Chung, for the first time we meet with you in Kuzbass, a region that is associated primarily with coal. How do you envision the future prospects for coal, particularly in the context of the energy transition?
Yeah, first I was very much impressed by the effort of the Kuzbass region to have a balance and harmony with the conventional energy core and the sustainability. And regarding the future of coal, I think coal will continue to remain as one of the important sources of energy for many parts of the world, but it will continue to open up new opportunity to have a high value added, not only as a source of energy, but it could be a raw material for coal chemistry. And I'm very sure that Kuzbass region has a full capacity, technological capacity, and the financial capacity, as well as political leadership from the governor, who very much emphasizing the sustainability, has a full opportunity, can take advantage of the opportunity to improve high value added future of coal.
Thank you so much indeed, sir.
I would like to say that this meeting and the prize in general would have been impossible without members of the Global Energy Association. They are Gazprom, Rossieti, Surgutneftegaz, all providing the annual prize fund. So, Dr. Chung, yesterday you held a meeting of the Global Energy Prize International Award Committee. How many laureates were selected this year?
Yeah, this year we selected the laureate in 2 categories. It was a lively discussion, which confirms the quality of the potential nominees of the award.
Well, let's announce their names one by one. Look at the screens, please. First nomination is the New Ways of Energy application. This is some kind of symbiosis of 2 other nominations, traditional and non-traditional ones, where nuclear meets coal, oil, gas, and so on. Let's look and listen what the shortlist looked like in this category. New Ways of Energy application nomination. Masato Sagawa, Japan, for the invention of the strongest anisotropic permanent magnet composed of neodymium, iron and boron, which has been used for all kinds of motors to reduce power consumption. Ruzhu Wang, China, for research on sorption refrigeration that significantly advanced the technology of utilizing low-grade thermal energy for generating highly efficient cooling and seminal contributions to desiccant-based heat pump that has doubled the energy efficiency for cooling and heating. Kuki Matsuse, Japan, for pioneering contributions to the advancement of power conversion, control and motor strategies for drive systems for various industrial applications to increase energy efficiency. Mohamed Naziruddin, Switzerland, for fundamental research and development of energy-efficient devices encompassing the use of emerging semiconductors for perovskite and disolar cells. Amit Goyal, USA, for contribution to high-temperature superconductivity, discoveries and inventions to fabricate long lengths of high-performance superconducting wire for all large-scale energy-related applications of HTS. Governor Tsivilyov, as the host of this event, I would like to hand you an envelope with the name of the laureate of this category. Could you please make the announcement? In the New Ways of Energy application nomination, the laureate is Ruzhu Wang from China. Great! I'll add that this is the first laureate representing China in the prize's history, which means in 20 years. Congratulations! A round of applause. Let's try to get in touch with our laureate now.
Hello, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And it's my great honor to be involved and to be the first Chinese that to participate this Global Energy Association for the Global Enterprise, and especially for the alternative energy use, and try to make very high efficient energy use for heating and cooling, and also for the energy, water, and air nexus. And I try to do something for widespread application of heat pump. Now I'm very happy to be involved to collaborate with the Chinese industry.
Today we have with us another Global Energy Prize International Award Committee member, William Byun from Singapore. Dr. Byun, you are a well-known climate and environment expert. Last year, you, Dr. Chung and I were in taiga swamps in the Khanty-Mansi Autonomous District, Yugra, studying local scientists' methodology on measuring methane emissions. For the last few days, you were getting acquainted with Kuzbas. What do you think of the region?
The impression of Kuzbas is very different from last year because this region here is comparatively much more established with a very long history. And as a result, when it's facing the energy transition, it's a lot more challenging to shift gears in an economy that's already established. But from seeing the mine and the research that's going on locally, you could feel that the transition is taking place very well here. And the Kuzbas is a good example of how the transition can be taken not only in the physical environment that we see in facilities like this, but just in terms of the efforts of all the people in the region to make it a successful reality. It's very impressive.
Well, moving on, Dr. Chung, we regularly meet and discuss the development of clean technologies, especially for saving the environment. Yesterday, you were at the Scientific Symposium in the Institute of Coal and Coal Chemistry. Please give us your impressions of your participation in the forum. What topics would you suggest to focus on to your scientific colleagues at a next such symposium in 2024?
Yesterday I enjoyed attending the scientific forum with the title of Coal Chemistry and the Environmental Problem of Kuzbas. But I said that I couldn't find the environmental problem of Kuzbas, so I have to discuss about global environmental problem of the world rather than Kuzbas. And for the topic for future conferences, I would like to suggest that the region can focus on how can they improve the coal chemistry so that coal can be used not only as a source of energy, but it can be used as a raw material for high value added coal chemistry and for production of carbon nanotubes. There are many applications. So I think the region, the scientific conference, can focus on how to improve the value added of the coal as a raw material for high-tech revolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next nomination is non-traditional energy. Let's look at those scientists who made it to the top 5 in the category this year. Non-traditional energy nomination. Zhonglin Wang, China, for the invention of triboelectric nanogenerators as a new energy technology for self-powered systems, Internet of Things, robotics, artificial intelligence, and large-scale blue energy harvesting. Bahim Singh, India, for advancement in the field of renewable energy-based systems, development of low-cost, energy-efficient solar photovoltaic-fed water pumping systems for rural areas, and development of energy-efficient ceiling fan motors to reduce power consumption. Siram Ramakrishna, Singapore, for an outstanding contribution to the development of alternative energy, scientific achievements in the design of artificial photosynthesis systems, a cycle of scientific works in the field of bioenergy and hydrogen energy. Li Jingguo, China, for the pioneering study, development and implementation of thermochemical and H2 production by supercritical water gasification of coal organic wastes and multi-phase flow of photocatalytic photoelectrochemical H2 production. Yu Huang, USA, for a series of breakthroughs in innovative catalyst design that can enable the cost-effective, durable and high-performance fuel cells. Dr. Chung, I'm asking you as the chairman of the International Award Committee to name the laureate in this nomination.
In the non-traditional energy nomination, the laureate is Zhonglin Wang, China.
Let's try to get in touch with our winner.
Online already with us.
Hello. First, I'd like to thank the Global Energy Association for giving this prestigious prize. I'm honored to be one of the laureates. Thank you so much. From fossil energy to future energy, we have to do innovative research. But in our environment, we have a lot of distributed energy. For example, ocean wave, wind, solar, as well as mechanical energy. But to reutilize those energy become very difficult because the traditional technology utilize electromagnetic generator, which is only works good for high quality energy, which works good for high frequency and high amplitude. So for distributed energy, such low quality energy, we need new technology. So we invented travel-energy nano generator that utilize contact electrification for convert mechanical energy into electric power. And so far we have used this for as micro nano energy, cell power sensors, and even we can harvest the energy from ocean. And we have demonstrated this one from original ideas to potential technology, as well to future industry applications in areas such as Internet of Things, robotics, implant medical devices, environmental monitoring, as well as for sustainable harvesting of ocean energy. And I hope this can be a fundamental breakthrough for the human to search and receive long-lasting energy which support our civilization globally. Thank you so much for giving this honor. I'm very pleased. Thank you.
And
Governor Tsivilyov, what are your impressions of what you've heard from our scientists today? Could you please share with us your vision about possible applications of scientific discoveries in some energy-related or environmental projects in the Kuzbas? Is your main bet on clean coal, or do you envision some share of renewable energy for the region? We're thinking about the future and all the scientific developments that can be of use for our people, for our state, will be used here in Kuzbas, and we take an active part in all these scientific processes. And when I meet with the scientists, I always say that we are ready to unite. We are ready to work together to develop new technologies that can be used by humanity and by each country in particular. Thank you. And now for this ceremony's bonus. And we couldn't come to Kuzbas without a surprise. I would like to announce one more name right now. And no, it's not a laureate, but the person who will receive another award from the Global Energy Association. If you keep track of our work, you should know that several years ago we established the honorary diploma of the Global Energy Association, first for Russian scientists and then for international ones. This award is given to well-established researchers for their universal contribution to energy development. We award the diplomas to Russians in winter, close to Power Engineers Day, which is on December the 22nd. And right now I'm going to name an international specialist, whom we will invite to the Russian Energy Week, together with the laureates, to give him a diploma. So he's Ljubovoja Popovic from Serbia. He dedicated many years of his life to working at the Electric Power Distribution Company of Belgrade, and we honor his achievements in determination of characteristics of high voltage and extra high voltage cable lines. Congratulations. Well, once again, we congratulate all the new Global Energy Prize laureates, two representatives of China. We thank Governor Sergei Tsivilyov for inviting us to Kuzbas, and we thank our scientists, members of the International Award Committee, for joining us here face to face. We wish a good and successful future to this wonderful college, the Kemerovo branch of the State Institute of Performing Arts. And we, Global Energy, are moving on, starting preparations for the award ceremony for the laureates announced today. According to tradition, it will take place in October in Moscow during the Russian Energy Week. So have a nice day, and I'll see you soon.